Hello everybody, it's Thistle and Verse. If you've been paying attention to the community tab on my channel, you may have seen me post that I was going to be taking December off for a hiatus, and it's been great, it's been refreshing, and I'm going to go back to enjoying it shortly after posting this video. But I got this strange message, and I had to break my hiatus to share it really quick. It just kind of showed up in my mailbox with this emblem on it, showing this misshapen white rose thing. And it said it was from a Descartes Aramari. So I'm just gonna read it aloud, I guess, and see if it means anything to anybody. It says, "To whom it may concern, your presence is requested in sky. I'm nearing the end of my reign and am in search of an heir. All eligible Aramari are being assembled before the ceremony of succession begins. Although your parents have been exiled from the capital since their marriage, your lineage is beyond question. If your mother has taught you anything about your duty as an Aramari, it is that family will always be called upon to serve." So, as you may have guessed, this letter is a recreation, if you will, of the beginning of the 100,000 Kingdoms by N.K. Jemisin, which is the first book in the Inheritance Trilogy by N.K. Jemisin, and this is the formal announcement for the Inheritance Trilogy Readalong. Yes, by popular demand. So over the summer, I hosted the Broken Earth Readalong. We had a really great group. It was a lot of fun. And at the end, I kind of asked people if there was another book that they would be interested in reading as a group. And overwhelmingly, people wanted to read the Inheritance Trilogy. And this read-along would not be happening without my wonderful co-creator, Shay of Shay with the Hobbies. I think I floated this either in a live that she was hosting, or maybe she was commenting on a live that I was hosting, and she was very enthusiastic about it, and she was a pivotal part in kicking this read-along off. So put on your finest regalia, grab your sharpest dagger, and hop in the nearest palanquin, because we're going to Skye. So if you've never heard of Skye, it is a very wealthy place. It is the capital of the 100,000 Kingdoms, and it is ruled by the most powerful family in the world, the Aramari. And you've never met a more treacherous, power-hungry family of backstabbers. You did not hear this from me. And the vindictive, destructive gods they've enslaved to do their bidding and help them maintain their control over the globe can't really be trusted either. Personally, I would rather not go to Skye, but Descartes Aramari isn't the type of guy that you tell no and walk away alive. So I'm hoping to gather some strong allies who will join me on this journey. I'm sure there's more that Descartes is not telling us. We will be walking into a nest of lies and very complicated political alliances, but I think if we all stick together, we could all make it out alive. This is going to be a long journey, and we're going to be in Skye for a while. I'm sure you'll want time to prep and figure out what supplies you'll need, so I'll give you a time frame of our journey and the important dates. So, as I said earlier, we're reading the entire Inheritance Trilogy. That includes the three main books in the series, 100,000 Kingdoms, Broken Kingdoms, and Kingdom of Gods. There are also two bonus stories that are written in the same universe. There's a novella called The Awakened Kingdom, and there's a collection of three short stories called Shades of Shadow and an Inheritance Trilogy triptych. The novella Awakened Kingdom happens after the events of the main trilogy, and the short story triptych happens sort of in between each of the novels. So the main novels in this series are pretty easy to find, but even if you're a hardcore Jemisin fan, you might not have heard of The Awakened Kingdoms or the Shades of Shadow triptych, and you might be wondering how to get a hold of them. Unfortunately, the only way to get a physical copy of The Awakened Kingdom is to buy the Inheritance Trilogy Omnibus, and I don't think you can buy a physical copy of the Shades of Shadow triptych. However, both of those stories are available in ebook format. We're going to be reading about a novel a month, so we're reading 100,000 Kingdoms in January, Broken Kingdoms in February, Kingdom of Gods in March, and then we're going to combine the Awakened Kingdom novella and the Shades of Shadow triptych because they're fairly short, and we're going to read those in April. In terms of important dates, all the live discussions are going to be happening on my channel on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So 100,000 Kingdoms is going to be on January 22nd. The Broken Kingdoms discussion is going to be on February 26th. Kingdom of Gods is going to be on March 26th. And then the Awakened Kingdoms and Shades of Shadow Triptych is going to be on April 9th. So if you did the Broken Earth read-along over the summer, the structure is going to be a little similar in that we are still doing the weekly reading sprints. The main difference is that I will not be hosting them. Those will be hosted by my co-creator, Shay with the Hobbies, or they'll be hosted by various other co-hosts. Co-hosts are kind of going to be decided on like a rolling basis for each book. So right now I only know who's going to be on deck for 100,000 Kingdoms, but that will be Shamla of Miss Awesome Saucy, Brit of Brit Writerly, Emma Ray of Emma Ray Empowered, and Deidre Shade Tree Reads. And so all the sprints are going to be on Saturdays. Time hasn't been picked yet. And right now I have that Shay will be hosting sprints on the 1st and the 8th. And then Deidre Shade Tree Reads is going to be hosting a sprint on the 15th. So if you're wondering how to stay up to date with everything, I highly encourage you to subscribe to all the hosts, and specifically subscribing to Shay and Deidre and turning on notifications so that you'll get reminders of when the lives will be happening. I'm also making a playlist for all the videos, so like the announcement video will be in the playlist, discussion videos and the sprints will be in the playlist, and before the lives happen, they will appear in the playlist. I will try to get them in there at least a week before they're scheduled to happen. Shay and all the co-host links will be in the description box below, as will the link for the playlist. Also, similar to the Broken Earth read-along, we will also have a Discord, and that's probably the most reliable way to stay up to date on the read-along. The Discord for the Broken Earth read-along was like pretty involved, like people are commenting in it fairly regularly, and I would post reminders in there about when lives and sprints were happening. And the Discord is the same as the Broken Earth read-along Discord. I moved all the Broken Earth threads to like a archive channel, so if you still want to go back and look at stuff, you can. If you're still making your way through the Broken Earth trilogy and you want to talk about it still, you still can comment there. But I've also added more channels for the Inheritance Trilogy read-along. So if you're still in the Discord from the Broken Earth read-along, then you're already in. If you want to join, I will include the link in the description box below. Basically, there's like a few rules in the rules channel. You're going to go there, you're going to read the rules really quick, and then you're going to type up an introduction for yourself in the introductions channel. And by doing so, you say that you've read the rules and you agree to follow them, and then you will be approved and let into the Discord. So that's how that's all going to work. It's all very exciting. If you have any questions about anything I've said, please comment them below. If you're just excited, you want to share that excitement, I'd love to hear that as well. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you at the read-along, and I look forward to seeing you all in January. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Have a good one. Goodbye.